Yeah. Yeah. Chicks out there would like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start it.
Alright guys, hello, and here's another cooking video for you guys. This time we're going to focus on dessert. A deep dish apple pie. When I tell you very few ingredients, you don't have to really do too much. As you see here, I'll just show you guys what I have. I have store-bought pie crust. This one has 2 pie crusts in each box because what we're going to do is we're going to make this a deep dish. Basically, we're going to have a bottom layer and a top layer. We got some Granny Smith apples. I'm going to peel them and core them and chop them up so we can have some fresh apples in it. And then I have this bowl right here where the apples are going to go. And then I'm going to mix the apples with sugar and brown sugar. That's really all you need. And then you're going to also put what they call them, pats of butter on top of it, so that way that butter and the sugars, they mix together, and that's how you get that nice little jelly, that nice jelly filling in here with the apples. And that's all you need. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I used to watch my, oh, nope, I'm sorry. I am missing one ingredient. Let me get that out. Cinnamon. We don't like allspice in this family. We do not like nutmeg in this family. My mom never used it, but we love cinnamon. So cinnamon, brown sugar, sugar, butter, pie crust, and apples. That's what we like. And you have to have it to make this, I mean, just this scrumptious apple pie. Very simple. If you want to impress people, try this recipe, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so don't mind the background noise. We got plenty of family over for the 4th of July, which is why I'm making a deep dish apple pie. So again, I do not do measurements, but I got some brown sugar here. And what you want to do is coat the apples in brown sugar and regular sugar. So I have probably about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of sugar here, and some cinnamon. Alright, and you want to kind of just kind of coat it. You'll see that? Just kind of coat it. It's okay if you wanted to add just a little bit of lemon juice, and that will help the apples not to brown. I hope you guys can hear me. That it will help the apples not to brown. But I don't do it, so, but you can. if it's a problem for you guys. But do y'all see how like every piece of apple is coated with sugar and brown sugar? Kayla, are you watching too? Well, Kayla says she used to love apple pie. As a matter of fact, let me tell y'all another story. When I was pregnant with Kayla, like I didn't even care for apple pie. My mama made it all the time. But when I was pregnant with her, I could not go to a fast food restaurant without getting an apple pie. I ate them all the time. I had friends that I would cook dinner for, and this is when we were living in San Antonio. And when I would cook dinner, they would bring over a Mrs. Smith apple pie and a half a gallon of Bluebell ice cream, and I could not wait to get to it.
It was COVID that messed up apples for me, because I don't even eat, I don't even drink apple juice anymore.
Oh, really?
And I was drinking that like crazy.
Well, you kind of tried to cut yourself from it too because you were drinking too much of the apple.
Yeah, but that was freshman year of college.
Oh, yeah.
And when I went to India, that's why I was like,
okay. All right, so like you see, all the apples are coated with brown sugar and regular sugar, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and get the crust laid out, and then I'll show you what's next, okay? All right, so I put, like I said, I have this ready-made pie crust. I put 2 of them in this 9x13 pan. I already coated the apples with brown sugar, cinnamon, and regular sugar. So we're gonna just pour that. Ooh, look at all that. Look at that nice gooey sugar that's coming off with it. So good. But this is, I'm telling y'all, this is how that, when you guys bite into those apple pies and it has that nice brown, gooey filling, this is how you get that. So I want to get all of that yummy, yummy, yummy goodness onto these apples. You see that? Do y'all see that? All right. That goes in the sink. Got a few apples that is trying to get away. So now what we're gonna wanna do is just spread these apples out in here in the pan. And if you want, you can add a little bit more sugar and brown sugar. It will not hurt a thing. As a matter of fact, it'll just make it so much more gooier, and you know, you'll have that filling that you want. So you can just sprinkle a little bit on top. I know y'all saying, girl, you ain't giving me no measurements. Y'all, it's, I hate to say this to people that don't know how to cook, but it's just that it's a thing that you just kind of feel for it. You know, when you see it, you're like, okay, I just want enough to spread on top of the apples. And then we go in, look, just another 1/4 cup of regular sugar, okay? So I would say if you wanted to, just add another maybe 1/2 cup to a 1/4 cup more of the brown sugar and stuff like that on top of the apples that are already coated, because you want to make sure that these apples get really coated. Now I know some people are like, why didn't she go ahead and bake that crust? Because it's gonna bake in here, trust me, it'll bake, and then it'll be nice and soft and ooey and gooey and all the things, okay? So next we have butter, okay? We are going to put pats of butter on top of all of this nice filling. I know y'all saying, oh, it's so much quieter. All of our surprise guests have left. It was nice to have people over. But I was trying to make these videos for y'all. But it was so much fun. So much fun. I did a mac and cheese. You probably have already seen it by now. Let me know if you guys really like these vlogs. This was a good time of year to start these food vlogs because it's the 4th of July and y'all know we gotta eat. We have to eat. So this is 1 stick of butter that I put on top of all the apples coated with the brown sugar and the regular sugar. So again, 9 by 13 foil pan. Super easy. It's gonna make good cleanup when it's time to when the pie is good and gone. So yeah, we got that. And now what we're gonna do, so I can see that, we are going to top this with the other crust, and then we're gonna stick this baby in the oven on 350 degrees. I know y'all asking me, for how long, for how long? I will put that right here so y'all know how long to put this pie in the oven. Because again, when I cook to a point where I can actually, I don't know, my nose tells me when things are done. So, because it's gonna vary from, okay, this crust don't wanna come out. It's going to vary for like how much of a pie. Like if you wanted to do a bigger pie, then of course you're gonna have to kind of take note of like, okay, well I got more crust, I got more apples, you know, so it may need to stay in a little bit longer than your normal time. So I will make sure to let you know. So look, you see what we're doing here? We're just putting, y'all, this is gonna be so good. I mean, can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the 4th of July. What's more American? What they say, apple pie is American. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm glad that hole is right here in the crust because you need something like that. Because if not, if you seal this crust all the way around, if you seal it all the way around and you don't put any kind of air holes in it, it's gonna dang near explode on you. So, and you don't want that. So let's put the other crust. We're gonna double crust it, and then we're gonna put some more slots in it so that it doesn't explode on us. Okay, this crust really don't want to come out this package. Okay, here we go. All right. I'll roll this out. But yeah, get you some ready-made crust. And if you say, well, the only crust they had in the store was in a pan, you know, those crusts that already come in a pan, you can use that too. Just take it out the pan. Just let it sit out for a little bit where it's easy to take it out of the pan and then use that crust too. Look at that. Look, y'all. Doesn't that look yummy already? I mean, you can imagine what it's gonna taste like, right? So here we go. Now, I am going to, now what you could do from here, you could put like an egg wash, which is like an egg with a little bit of water, and you can put that on top, and then you can sprinkle some cinnamon on top of that, and then we're gonna make little slots in it because like I said, we don't want it to explode. So let me go ahead and do a really quick egg wash. And what that is gonna do is gonna make the crust very shiny, because you know they say we eat with our eyes. So let me grab that real fast and then I'll be right back. All right, so we got a little egg wash here, which is just water and an egg. And you just kind of, look, just wash it over. See that? And this is what's gonna give your crust a nice good shine to it. And like I said, I'm pretty much self-taught. Okay, we don't want all that much egg on there. Why is this egg didn't mix very well? We don't want all that on there. I'm pretty much self-taught. My mama, I've learned from my mama. Some people say I have girlfriends that say they love for me to taste food because I can taste what's in the food, and I'm like, well, I can make that. And I don't know where that comes from, but I don't know. I love food. All right, so we've done the little quick egg wash, and now we're just gonna sprinkle some cinnamon on top, like so, to make it pretty. So this is more for, you know, the look of it, but also your crust has a little flavor too. Look at that, you can see that pat of butter in there. Oops, that's a lot of cinnamon over there. Okay, so now we're going to take that same knife that we used to get the butter, and we're just gonna do some little slits. We got to, okay? Because we want this pie. Make sure you get to that second crust. Remember, we got 2 crusts in here, so we want to make sure that we're not just getting that first one. We want to make sure that we also have the second one. I'm gonna go back here because we don't want no explosions. We want everything to go right. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, 350 degrees. This is how long you need to put it in there for. Again, I just know when it's ready, okay? And don't worry, those apples are gonna cook. It's gonna be great, all right? So let's stick this in the oven. All right, so the pie is in the oven, 350 degrees. We're gonna let that cook for, I'm pretty sure that's gonna cook for a good 45 minutes at least. I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer. And then you just kind of wanna check on it periodically after the 45 minutes. I would say check on it, you know, if you don't think it's done, I would say check on it maybe every 10 to 15 minutes or so. All right, and that's all set. Now, I'm gonna say this just about every time that I do a cooking video because I want you guys to really see how real my kitchen is. So like I said, we're getting prepared for the 4th of July, and so I'm cooking, just cooked mac and cheese. I'm cooking apple pie. I want to do some oven baked ribs and some chicken tonight. I want to do that tonight. I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but I want to do it tonight. And I don't know, I might get up. No, I think the ribs, I have to do it tonight. I want to do them low and slow. But I want to show you guys what the house actually looks like. Like, this is my kitchen after making apple pie. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is a good time while that pie is sitting in the oven to clean up after yourself, especially if I know that I am about to cook something else. I can't cook with this mess. I just can't. And why would you want to? You want to make sure you have a nice clean kitchen every time. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up, and then once the pie is done, I will be back to show you exactly what it looks like. Bye. All right, so the pie is out of the oven. We let it stay in for about a good, I want to say 40 to, no, it wasn't. It was about 45 minutes, exactly what I set the timer for. But I did return it back to the oven because of the juice or whatever right here. Like, I wanted it to be a little bit more jailed, or, you know, gloopy, I guess, for lack of a better term. And I think it turned out pretty good. So now I'm gonna kind of serve some up to Kayla and let her be a taste tester, because we all know she's gonna always tell the truth. So and I want y'all to know the truth, and if it's not good, y'all not gonna see this video. But if you're seeing this video, then I guess you know it was good, so we'll just see. So we're gonna serve some apple pie with a little bit of ice cream, Creamy Creations from H-E-B. It's pretty good ice cream. It kind of rivals the Bluebell. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so let's go ahead and dig in. Get a little bit of, just a little bit for her to taste. We're not gonna do too much. So y'all can see how, let's show y'all that goopiness right there. But it still could have probably stayed in there. It's a little too wet to me. But let's just kind of look in here. There we go. You can kind of see how good that is. Let's get in here and try to get some apples. And if it needs to go in for a little bit longer, we'll put it back in for a little bit longer. But now we're gonna go over here and just get a little ice cream. I would have liked for this to set up a little bit. Now let me tell y'all another secret. If y'all want this to gel up, you could have put in a little bit of cornstarch in with the sugars and stuff, and that for sure would have gelled it up. I'm just gonna go as it is right now. Like I said, we have a lot of that. It's thinner than what I would have liked, and I don't know exactly where I messed up. I think I probably shouldn't have added so much butter and added a little bit more sugar. So I will kind of adjust the recipe. Like, see, that is just way too watery for my taste right there. But we'll let it set up or whatever. You know, like if I put it, let it set up in the refrigerator or something like that, maybe it'll gel up a little bit better. But you know, still, I'm gonna end up putting this in the microwave if we wanted to heat it up or anything like that. So, but for now, I mean, it was a quick recipe, so we'll see. All right, so this is what we got, and we're gonna go ahead and serve it to her, and we need honest opinion here.
I'm gonna try it without the ice cream first.
Okay. Try it. What do you need?
Nothing, because it's got with sauce.
Is it really? Okay, try it with the
I
ice
don't like
cream.
apple pie like that more.
She used to love apple pie, but
And I actually want crust.
oh wow, that's new. Good. All right, so even though, guys, like I said, you could have maybe toss your apples in a little flour or a little cornstarch, and that for sure would have gelled it up. But I love the way the crust looks and everything. I guess you can kind of almost treat it almost like a cobbler, but cobblers are just not. I mean, you can just use this as a topping, child, for your ice cream or whatever, but we're gonna let it roll or whatever. But I like, I don't know what we're gonna do about this. But anyway, if this is a recipe that you've tried, or if you can tell me how I can make it a little bit better. Like I said, I could have tossed it in some cornstarch or flour. I know sometimes when people make their homemade crust, it has a little flour on it, so it kind of keeps everything kind of gelled together. But this is my apple pie recipe. It's gonna do. But tell me what you think I could have did better. Again, if you guys like what you see, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot. All right, guys, that is it for this week on our food vlog. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
all day.